Welcome to Rad, a daily reader for Reddit. Like and subscribe for daily Reddit videos. Does it depress anyone knowing that we may never grow into the technologically advanced society we see in Star Trek, and that we may not even leave our own solar system? Edit. Wow, was not expecting this much of a reaction. Thank you all so much for the nice and insightful comments. I read almost every single one, and thank you all as well for so many awards. It's a double-edged sword. On one hand, I get extremely bummed out by the fact that I'll never know what is out there in their vast endless universe. OTOH 500 years ago people could never dream of seeing a picture physically taken from Mars. Born too late to journey the unknown world. Born too early to discover the unknown universe. Edit. People are getting way too philosophical to the above. This was just meant to speak to the juxtaposition of our current times. More technologically advanced than ever, of which is growing exponentially faster. However, as we are seeing the dawn of the technological revolution, and I do believe as advanced as we are today, we are just at the dawn. Our particular time frame will not see the masses flock to the stars. Maybe the rich, powerful and elite. But make no mistake that 50 years earlier the technology would be lost to us. And 50 years later we would see wonders we cannot imagine. And yet, born just in time to experience arguably the single most revolutionary period of human existence. Arguably of any existence that we know of. What we as a collective species do in the next 100 years or so will echo thousands and thousands of years into the future. For better or worse. Don't get me wrong, I get what you mean and I share that feeling sometimes. But you gotta admit it. Whether you wanna call it scary or exciting, depressing or inspiring, we have been born into a world that is changing at a rate that was unimaginable even 50 years ago. Sure, if you were born 100 years later, maybe you would be spending a honeymoon on Mars before going back to work on Earth in your private shuttle. But hey, maybe you would be living in the dilapidated remains of humanity's golden age. Wishing you were born just at the right moment to experience the interconnectivity and wonder of globalization. Truth is, we never really know what's coming. And that's what makes life special. It's freaking mad and weird and scary and wonderful. You gotta just appreciate the sheer random chance of it all, and at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter when we're born. What matters is that we are at all. That of all the endless configurations of matter, somehow a little tiny fraction of a fraction of that matter formed into a little ball suitable to call home, at least for a while, and later into us. In time this matter that we are built of will be part of something else. And we will be forgotten. But until then I'm going to enjoy the fact that I was born at the exact right time to do all my favorite things. To listen to my favorite music. To experience my favorite stories and to meet my favorite people. I was born at the exact right time to meet the love of my life, and I was born at the exact right time to have drunken conversations with random internet strangers like you. I enjoy that thought quite a lot. 500 years ago people could never dream of a photo, let alone one of Mars. 500 years ago, our modern world would have been all but unimaginable. We may not exceed our local inner solar system anytime soon. But bloody hell have we come a long way. I randomly daydream about how incredible it would be to pluck someone from the past to the present and show them normal life. About how this is the time to be alive, and how tragic it is that they were born then. Then I wonder if someone 500 years from now would think the same thing. Someone from 500 years ago might think it tragic that we spend so much time staring at a phone and not exploring. Goes both ways. You know, I do this all the time. I never thought about me being offered it though. But even if you go balls to the wall and imagine optimal intellectual and technological growth in 500 years, I bet you'd want to return back. You'd remember your family, friends, experiences, everything that really matters, and you'd realize there's nothing for you in the future. I imagine someone from 500 years in the past might say the same thing. Though the truly downtrodden of any era may just take that 500-year gamble. We are all made because of the time we inhabit. There is a reason old people are inevitably left behind. Technology, social norms, laws, governments, all of them are only applicable to a very narrow span of time. You are born into an age that is not yours. Fundamentally, behind what you will perceive as your age as you grow. And if you're lucky, you'll get lapped by the new ages rushing past you as you carry on about your routine. I imagine any person teleported forward or backward in time, even if only by a decade or two, would find oppressively foreign and frightening beyond tolerance. I graduated high school in the mid-late 2000s. I was in the last class of my school system to go through entirely using paper books. All grades below mine had laptops and purely digital textbooks. The iPhone came out just before I graduated, so I missed all of the Snapchat-type culture where everyone has a smartphone. We had AIM, MySpace, and some of us had Facebook as it had just opened up beyond colleges to include high school students as well. It was a completely different time. Fast forward 15 years or so, and my friends' kids are now in high school. They're going through a completely different experience than we did. Gossip travels faster. Digital bullying is an extremely difficult problem to nail down. Distraction is at an all-time high. And on top of that, political and societal tensions are through the roof. My high school years were in the Bush administration, and I thought we had it bad when it came to the country going off the rails. So, all that said is an example of how much things truly can change in less than 20 years. I think our inability to work together on a global scale is really what's holding back civilization, humanity as a whole. Each group only cares about me. For the most part, I can't even imagine what we could accomplish if the entire world worked together towards one goal. And there were no shady backroom deals or political temper tantrums. We're coordinating at a global scale at a level humans have never known throughout history. If you just go back a few hundreds or thousands of years, a very large fraction of the population died of stabbing and blunt force trauma. You'd fight for your little stretch of earth, and some tribe who lives 10 miles away murders your friends and family. Now the level of cooperation required to just get your cell phone in your hands is phenomenal. Human beings on the other side of the planet have made themselves experts on the metallurgical properties of screws to your benefit. And the intricacy of the global supply chain is staggering. I'd say humans are actually getting really freaking good at cooperating, even though there are lots of times they could be better. I needed this positivity. Thank you. It used to, but then I looked to find that optimism in the human race despite our current challenges. Given how technology is advancing, I still have that hope, small though it might be, that something can be accomplished. When I drive my car, I think it is a spaceship. When you need some extra power to get up the hill, you can divert power from life support to engines, and turn down the AC. Cannot happen IMO on the current course. The Earth cannot carry the present scenario for 200 to 400 more years. The short game of individuals and politicians is incompatible with the long game needed for technological civilization. Perhaps this is the great filter. I feel this way about medical research rather than stuff in space. Bionic limbs, cancer-fighting nanobits, cures for crap we previously thought incurable. All that seems so cool. But I'll probably be dead before any of it really starts coming to life. Thanks for watching Rad. Like and subscribe for daily Reddit videos. If you like these videos, check out Rad too.